Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back once again with Eldrazi Ramp, specifically Temur Eldrazi Ramp, on the play for game one. Hand's a little bit awkward, would be made a lot better by a soul land, specifically a temple. I mean, it's 4 off the top, otherwise still a turn 3 Myco spawn. We have Kozilek's return, which will help out a lot in case it's an aggressive matchup. We aren't able to play the Kozilek's command until we play the Sowing Myco spawns. We're hoping for no hand disruption. Gemstone scares me, but does appear to be the mirror match. What do they exile to the Gemstone? I do love seeing the use of Gemstone because that was something that Thinker and I very much popularized because of, well, Gemstone good. we noticed how much of a disparity the deck had playing into, or playing on the draw, and it's like, okay, well, how do we make that better? I don't know, Gemstone? There's actually been discussion about adding a second Gemstone. It's still wild to me that people watch my videos sometimes. Like I can't express enough how wild it is to be like, oh, people recognize me. As I was talking about, like how we popularized the use of gemstone caverns, my opponent Infernum Doge, which hello Infernum, if you are watching this video, mentioned that they love my vids and watch them. I always appreciate when you guys send me messages in chat. I haven't had a chance to watch the one from today. Yeah, it's always gonna be wild to me. I don't think I'll ever get used to people recognizing me, whether it be on MTGO or at events, stuff like that. Especially as at events, I'm very much faceless. Also, you can catch my face or what it used to look like. I don't know, a year, 2, 3, or oh my god, how long has it been since I've had a face cam? It's been a long while. Maybe let me know in the comments if you want a face cam. I don't think it really adds too much to Magic content, but like, what do I know? With that in mind, it says Malevolent Rumble. Yeah, probably takes a lab, I'd imagine. But yeah, it's always going to be a bit surreal. I remember in Portland, choose Utopia Sprawl. Interesting. I remember in Portland, I was talking to someone, and like, they're like, oh, I forget what we were talking about, but yeah, I mentioned my name, Giltspire, my username. Like, wait, I was reading your deck guide just last night. I'm like, that's wild. Let's go Talisman. I think we need to go Ghost Quarters here because they have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we do. So we're gonna go Ghost Quarter now, and then this. This should give me a turn without losing a land, I think. So that should put me into a better position. Yeah, that was a good play. Obviously now they're able to play the Sprawl pretty freely. But yeah, still always going to be really surreal. Being, I wouldn't say well known, but like at least within my spheres of like Eldrazi, I'd say known well enough. Opponent did miss out on the mana neutral play of Utopia Sprawl onto Forest. Ghost Quarter actually will hurt a ton right now. That is problem. And that was a decent play. I think outside of the Utopia Sprawl, that was really good. I need a soul land, I need a temple. Well, Karn's good, but not that good right now. We'll play Talisman. So it means if they have any follow-up here, I think we're just dead. Maybe there's an argument. Okay, so there may have been an argument for me to actually crack this Misty Rainforest on my turn and sweeping with K-Return just to get rid of the spawn. I mean, they're one land off a kicked spawn. Thankfully, it doesn't look like they have it. Okay. tapped. So we're going to put a pause on end step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they're not on Emrakul yet. Temple top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, they can play pretty much anything else in their deck. The question then becomes, do we play KGC or not? I mean, if we play KGC, it locks them out of Talisman, so it leaves them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Still can play anything in their deck short of Emrakul. So I think we need to just hold up this command. Yeah, go command X3 and then kick Mega Spawn next turns. We're really just hoping that they draw a brick here off the top. If they draw anything but, we're in trouble. Uh-oh. What this? 2. So it looks like a kicked Myco or a breaker. There's a kicked Myco. This could be worse because we do have the command. So I'll tap 2. They'll search. Sanctum of Ugin makes sense. And then we'll phase change. So let's scry draw and ramp. X equals 3. So we do have a kicked Myco spawn. There's a World Breaker after. Interesting. So Sprawl does ramp me, right? So if we go, if we go Myco spawn, we only get 2 cards here. So we go Sprawl, that'll give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Huh. The alternative is that we tuck the breaker. Regardless, Utopia Sprawl or Ugin's Lab kind of gives us a +1. Well, I guess Utopia Sprawl has a +1 with World Breaker, it's technically a +2. So I think I actually drop the Sprawl and go top and top. That way we use 1 less token. Yes. Okay, yes. I think is the play. So that way we can go Sanctum of Ugin 5, 6, leave back 2, get the Temple, and then ideally this way we can then start applying some pressure on the board. We'll take the 3 down to 13. Like I said, what I really need right now is for them to draw bricks. Draw. Imprint. Breaker. Cast Myco. The question is what we exile right now. They have 1, 2 types in yard, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Too short on the Emrakul, so we're good there. Sanctum of Ugin's concerning, not the end of the world. If we do go for the force, it does add a type to yard, which is something to keep in mind. So it might be better for me just to attack the Eldrazi Temple, I think. Yeah, because then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Still enough to cast anything, unfortunately. Let's go after the Temple. And then we'll grab our own Temple. And then we hold. 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess there could have been an argument for me to try and clear board with the commercial district. Draw into a land, that's the best case scenario for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll have a World Breaker next turn, which is good. So we might just be able to rally back here. If they attack, do we block? It would add a type to their yard. Does add a type to ours as well. And leave them with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 again. But we'll knock them down 2, really 1. So that is fine. I will trade. Increase the number of types in our yard as well. So I think if we continue to apply enough pressure, we're golden. And we'll go with red. Confirm one more time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Return World Breaker to hand. Because I'll leave them with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the worst thing they could cast is a kicked MTGO. Exile the forest. You're definitely at a disadvantaged position, but we might be good now. Tapped. Again, I think they have, what, 5 types? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I need to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 3 short. Cool. We're good. So we may have just been able to rally back. Worst thing they could play here is going to be a kicked MTGO. Now they do have access to anything 7 mana value. Let's continue to kick them while they're down. Quite literally, mind you. Let's get rid of that Synced Mavugan on the off chance it's relevant. And I'll grab a Bajuka Bog here just to make things clear. No Emrakul for you, because that's probably the worst case scenario. We should apply pressure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Attack of World Breaker. If they want to trade the spawns, that's fine. Means one less threat for Karn to deal with next turn. There's their KGC. That's fine, though. We can clear out the spawn with the K return. So 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, yeah, as long as they don't have another body. Well, you should be able to kill Karn next turn without issue. Ensnaring Bridge. Okay. That is fine. So I think the right play here is to go 1, 2, 3, leaving 1, 2, 3, 4 back. 2, 3. Clear the spawn. Attack all at Karn. If they want to trade, they can trade. Yep, that's fine by me. KGC down, and then I will grab my own KGC. I'll minus KGC and grab a Haywire Mite. And then pass. So now the bridge is pretty much worthless. They can cast the bridge for what it's worth, but then we'll just clear it. Play another Karn to stop the Mite. The Karn dies. So I think we've taken full control of this game at this point. We were genuinely at a disadvantaged position there for a hot minute, but we were able to get back in it. So love that. All right, on to game 2. We'll bring in Consign to Memory. The K returns are less relevant, even though it did actually work out pretty well. Let's see. We could bring in Haywire Might. I have generally felt that Dismember is not bad. It does get rid of things like Sowing Micah Spawn, which could be relevant in the matchup. Oh, I just like Haywire Might's good to have early, can potentially get rid of some threats. I think opponent is on Gruul, my Gruul list, or something similar rather than Temur. Cavernous Souls, not as relevant. Gemstone is relevant. We could cut the Cavernous Souls if I wanted to maybe cut Might, bring in 2 Dismember. Dismember, like I said, would really just hit Sowing Micah Spawn though, so kind of not feeling that. If it was like a matchup where Thought-Knot Seer was played, I think maybe I'd be more inclined. But maybe I do need to worry about Writhing Chris. Something to consider. Let me keep as is. Yeah, I don't have exactly too much for the mirror outside of Consign. I mean, yeah, we keep this. It's double Temple, double Command. It's a strong start. I love a green source, though, for obvious reasons. That's a Utopia Sprawl. Red draw. Consign is good, but need a blue source. I'll pass. They go turn 2 Karn here. We could be in trouble. No turn 2 Karn, but does look like a Writhing Chris. No, looks like a Rumble. Holding up red. Okay. There's Breaker, Sprawl, Lab. Let's see what you grab. I'd imagine probably Lab or Breaker would be my guess. Yep, grabs Breaker. So I am considering 2 things. No, I think we go Command X2 on my turn. Yeah. I considered for a moment there going Command X0, Scry, draw, and getting rid of the spawn. I think it's right to go X2 here and hold. Misty Rain, though. Interesting. I mean, Misty Rain allows me to consign Replicate, which might actually be more impactful by comparison. So looking at this, if they have a soul land, they'll be able to play a kicked Micah Spawn regardless of my attempts to stop them. So I think Misty Rainforest and passing is correct. If they do a full kicked Micah Spawn, we'll just counter the 2 triggers and not the body. If they go for something else. Ooh, interesting. They're short. Maybe. Another Malevolent Rumble. So yeah, they're short of land. Beseiju. Interesting. That is not a common add to this deck. I personally don't like it in non-map decks, or ways that you can efficiently put a card into hand. Though I have recently debated a Beseiju, so I can see it. Takes Beseiju. Okay. Liking that a whole lot less. Especially with the amount of types they have in yard. Yeesh. Yeesh, yeesh, yeesh. Shock. And Stone Rain? Looking like it. No. For 4? KGC. In response. There's my breeding pool. There's my breeding pool. Shock. And consign to memory. No replicate needed. And pass. And draw. There's Null Drift. I think I'll hold with the command 245. Soul Lane gets Breaker. We have an X3 command, so I think we're solid there. We also threaten that we have another consign. It's also interesting playing against people that watch my videos because, like, if you've watched enough of my videos, you probably know my play patterns pretty well. KGC, yes, this is fine. KGC resolves. Minus for Liquid Metal. I guess I could have gone X equals 2 to try and find another consign, but I only have one left in deck, so chances of that are pretty slim, and X3 is probably better. So getting a threat on board is probably the better bet. Methinks. Do you have another land? If not, that would be good for me. We're going to end step and command X3. What would we want off top here? Good question. Probably has something Mycospawn, honestly. Worldbreaker does work as well. Wooded Foothills is good. Talisman not so much, of course. 2, 5, 8. So I'm gonna say we go top and draw and draw. Go Wooded Foothills, fetch for a forest, sprawl on forest. I'll say for blue. We could go Null Drift to dig deeper, but I think the breaker is right. I guess maybe we should have gone double green so we could rumble as well. Yeah. Breaker. Exiling the Temple's a thought as it cuts them off of colorless. However, I think we need to go after the forest here. Hold up double spawn so we can X0 the command. So they can go Liquid Metal Coating, but short of a land, they're going to need to go for a bridge. Because, yeah, Liquid Metal Coating, you take out my forest, you take out a temple. Okay, so what? I think we're in a commanding position here. Ooh, Ugin Lab. Well, now they could go bridge. That's an option. They could tuck the World Breaker. They tuck a Devourer. Okay, so only one unknown in hand. 2, 5, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? No, 10. Okay. They're short 3 on Emrakul, which is something I need to be paying attention to. X3, so they're trying to protect the Karn. And one top, 2 bottom draw. Again, 1 unknown in hand. You could play the Liquid Metal Coating, but by doing so, that gives me an opening for the K command. Otherwise, if you minus Karn, probably the correct play to go for bridge. Yep, there's the bridge, as expected. Okay, so we're gonna go bridge now with 4 cards in hand? Yes. I can do something really fun. Yep, there's bridge. End step. I want that Karn gone, friend. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're good with this. That card needs to go. X equals 0. I think my opponent's thinking for a second of, wait, what just happened? Nice. Oh, I appreciate it, opponent. Let's see here. We actually got our own Karn, funny enough. Let's start off with killing Karn. Let's see here. I think we Null Drift. Did that we Rumble? Maybe we could do both. Nothing says we can't do both. So let's start off with 2, 4, 5, 6. We need a land though, and do I want to grab a land specifically? The alternative, like I said, is to go for Karn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, I do think I need to go KGC into Crypt. So I'll go Rumble here. I'm going to grab my Emrakul, though maybe the Haywire Might is right. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'd have 11, 12, 13. We would actually have enough for Emrakul, and then we could Beseiju their bridge. Let me confirm. Destroy target artifact that an opponent controls. Darn you. They do have Worldbreaker 2, 4, 5, so we're short there. So I do think we need to grab the Might. That way we can clear the bridge. And then KGC, KGC minus, yes, for Tormod's Crypt. Because I think that's the only thing that truly threatens me here. So get rid of their yard. And pass. And pass. I mean, if they have a Soul Land into Breaker, it's not the end of the world, though it's not great either. Thankfully, we can draw off of Drifter. You have 7 types in Yard, which is relevant. There's a Rumble, no command, which means they grab probably an Eldrazi Temp. Which means it's looking like a Worldbreaker next turn. Plays Eldrazi Temp for 5. No Beseiju. Local Metal's not doing anything. Draw. Bog. Bog is good. We could just strip Worldbreaker from hand, theoretically speaking. Is that really necessary, though? Alternatively, we could go with a Liquid Metal Coating and simply target the Stomping Ground, leaving them with 7, but nothing to do with it. Though then again, they have the Beseiju. Even have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still be able to play the Breaker. So short of a Stone Brain naming Worldbreaker, we actually can't do much to stop their play. Do we care about that, though? I guess is a good question. So if we Haywire Might target bridge, which actually we don't need to do right now. We in fact could just attack. And the reason not to attack here. Down to 12, second main phase. Two, leaving 1. Minus KGC. 4. Yeah, so no matter what, they have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have the Breaker, so it doesn't really matter. But they might have to target the Liquid Metal Coating. If they don't, then we start just stripping their lands every single turn. Alternatively, just go... Let's go Stonebrain. Stonebrain, target you. Name... World Breaker. There's an Emrakul in hand. That's good to know. None in yard. They draw a land. We'll play the Might, and then Bajukabog target you. So from 4 to 0. I guess in retrospect, maybe I shouldn't have played the Haywire Might because now they can Boseiju it. Yeah, that was a mistake on my part, I will admit. They tuck the Emrakul, they do. Yeah, so my bad on that one. Was a bit of a misplay. So yeah, the best thing they should do now is Boseiju the Haywire Might. I was like, oh, well, I can just play the Might, because it doesn't state non-creature, it just says destroy target artifact. So I think the best play, based on the information that we have for our opponent to do, would be to Boseiju the Haywire Might. Yeah, because then the only way for us to actually hit bridge would be to get a K command. So yeah, bit of a misplay on our part. Devourer to yards, not doing anything. So Boseiju out. Misplays were made. Plays the Talisman. If you're gonna just play out artifacts, might as well play the Coding. Draw. Play the Gemstone. Let's cast the Drifter. Actually, I should hold up to colorless for exactly what I just stated. So cast. Sowing Mycospawn is relevant. I'll plus on nothing and pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they are short on the Emrakul 9. We'll pass. Jukabog target me. Yep, types out. No Emrakul for me either right now. Well, that misplay definitely going to extend the game. I don't think it's going to matter in the long run, though, and for that exact reason. So now I will do a few things. So let's first kick a Mycospawn. 4, actually 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kick, target. They actually only have one green source, but I think I do need to get rid of the temples right now. Grab a temple. Suppose I could have grabbed a ghost quarter. Yeah, it may have not been a bad idea in retrospect. Karn plus on bridge. Cast. Scry, exile. This way I can dig a bit deeper. Bottom, bottom, top, top, and bottom draw. Play Ghost Court. Go to combat. Triggers. So we know they have the liquid metal coating. Sacrifice the talisman. They could block the World Breaker. Down to 3. Do not block the World Breaker. Go to end step. They clearly don't have the command, so I think now's as good a time to go and attack Temple and pass. We have lethal on board many ways over. Oh, interesting. Do you have the command? No, I was about to say, I wouldn't think you would. Figured you would use it on end step. So I think we have the game. Like I said, that one mistake did extend it, but I think we had it locked down pretty well. GG's. That was actually a pretty good one. I feel like there was a lot of good back and forth. Sometimes the mirror match can be just very one-sided, like, okay, turn 3, kicked Mega Spawn, done. But I feel like that there had a lot of tug and pull. So I enjoyed that match. Well, good playing against the Infernum, and look forward to chatting with you either in the Discord or playing against you in future matches. With that said, folks, we'll be back for match 2. Alright, and we're back for match 2 on the play for game 1. Hey, it's ETB Jesus. We've played against them many a times now. The command is a dead card, but you have 8 hits off the top. I want to say last time we played against them, they were playing... What were they playing? Was it Mill or was it Energy? Regardless, I do think we keep here. Should probably play it safe, go Windswept Teeth, fetch for Sprawl on blue. Yeah, let's do that. Like I said, we have 8 hits across Soul Lands. And Windswept Teeth, fetch. Opponent tinkin'. What you tinkin' about, opponent? Forest, Sprawl, blue. Do you got a force? No. Pass. It's possible we might just Null Drift here next turn if we draw into nothing of consequence. Hollowed Fountain, Shock, blue for Tamiyo. Okay. Looks like it might be Grinding Station, question mark? Will target me. Draw, Devourer. In that case, we will shock out a Stomping Grounds and evoke a Null Drift. There's the temple we're looking for, so we do like that, and another Null Drift as well. We'll pass. So they could flip Tamiyo here pretty early if they want. Opponent gets a clue. Sporadic Springs. Sporific Springs. I want to say Sporadic Springs. Hell if I know. So they do flip the Tamiyo from the looks of things. At least that's what they're threatening to do. Then plus Tamiyo. Not too worried about Tamiyo right away. a talisman, you say? Let's play... We could go KGC. An early KGC is something that they would have to deal with. Otherwise, we could talisman, hold up Kozilek's command, X equals 2. Because I'm thinking we want Devourer to exile Tamiya. So I think we go talisman. Hold up Kozilek's command, X equals 2. And then we can cast Devourer next turn. Unless they show me that this is 4C grinding station. It feels like it. It feels like 4C grinding station, right? Like, I'm not crazy for thinking that. Like, everything seems to push in that direction. That's just short on specific mana. Seachrome go... I'm not sure, though. It feels like it. Feels like it in my bones. But I can't, like, put a 100% pin in it. Let's scry draw. Like, we've seen enough that would, like, suggest it. X equals 2. Opponent scoops. Weird. Okay. I'm gonna stick with my gut here and go with our plan for grinding station and cut the ghost quarter and leave it at that. Like, it just feels in my bone like it is 4C grinding station, and they were short certain mana, probably green for like Rumble. We also didn't see like any ambers or opals, which feels weird. That sounds interesting. The Soulland would make it better. Green Source would make it better. I'll keep. Reveal Devourer, pass. Okay, so yeah, I do believe it is grinding station. That does reassure me. Maybe not. Okay, nope, it's Affinity. Okay. We now see that's Affinity. Like, we didn't see the artifact lands before. I was like, maybe it's Affinity, but no, now it is Affinity. Gemstone, you're a bit late, friend. We will go for a Stomping Ground. Yes, a Stomping Ground. Draw, Stomping Ground, Shock, Utopia Sprawl, 4 blue. And pass. And pass. So next turn we can go Talisman into Rumble. If we draw into a lab, we could go Karn. So it depends on what they have untapped. Tamiyo's fine. Thought cast triggers Tamiyo very early. Yeah, that's good. So yeah, we'd love to see a lab off the top. Lab would be brilliant right now. Bobble. Draw. No lab, so I will tap. Nope. Tap. Talisman. Rumble. Lab Myco. 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we go lab, we would be able to go both Myco and Karn. Myco as a blocker. Oh no, we can't have our cake and eat it too. What we can do though, hold up, is Null Drift. One, two, three, 1, 2. Yes, we still want the lab then. That would be the best thing for us. Because then we can go lab, tuck, let's say, Emrakul. And we can actually do some really fun shenanigans. Because if we're able to resolve Karn, we can minus Karn for a Torpor Orb. No, we'll still be short, won't we? I think I miscounted. It's still fine. I think lab is still correct. Because 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're short 1. Damn. Never mind. Never mind. So maybe we just go Devourer then? I mean, KGC still is super strong here. Another Saga, that's fine. I need them to tap that bridge. They tap the bridge, and I think we're solid on the KGC play. Because we can go KGC minus for EE. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Is that going to be a portable hole? Or is this... No, it can't be Voyage Home. Portable hole. Targets. That is fine. They don't have enough mana now for a construct. That's a choice. Sphere is a bit unfortunate, I will admit, but it should be okay. Because we still have 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Pass. Draw. Yeah, I think this is still okay. Breaker. Do we want to imprint here? There's no harm in doing so, so I think we do imprint the Emrakul. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. KGC plus on your bridge. Yes. Goodbye, bridge. So now they shouldn't have enough mana to make a construct. Now, of course, they could... I guess maybe the right move actually could have been to grab a Haywire Mite, because now they're going to grab, I imagine, a Pithy Needle. Probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we are short. Pithy Needle named Karn. So yeah, probably in retrospect, I think the right move would have been to grab a Haywire Mite. So a bit of misplay on my part. Yeah, just wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking like, oh, we might as well get advantage on board now. Studio Plus. Gets a bridge. I mean, they still don't have enough. They won't have any mana right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will evoke. I actually just need to 1 evoke the Drifter. Probably would have been smart of me in retrospect to hold up the green source. I need to be a bit more keen on that in the future. We pass. The next turn we can get rid of the Pithy Needle. What are you grabbing? Probably a Soul Guide Lantern? Grabs, I'm not even sure what you grabbed, I'll be honest. Draw. Wooded Foothills. Fetch. Forest. Three. I think there's an argument to hitting the Dampening Sphere, actually. Like, the Karn's doing what it needs to do. Hitting the Dampening Sphere allows us to cast the Devour next turn. Yeah. So we got there against Affinity. Win for game 2. On to game 3. Alright, and we're back for match 3 on the draw for game 1. This hand does look good. I'll keep Reveal Devourer. We're looking for a Soul Land or a Utopia Sprawl. So we have, what, 13 hits? No, 7, 11 hits, yeah. We have 11 hits. It's Tron. Okay, so Tron versus Eldrazi Ramp. We do see the Malevolent Rumble, which we will take. In that case, I still think we do go Eldrazi Temple here. And pass. And pass. So it looks like it is Eldrazi Tron. Talisman. Now 2, 3, 4. This could mean a Myco spawn next turn. I'll grab the lab. And pass. So let's see if they have a Myco spawn. If they do, then could be in trouble. Otherwise, getting Karnout's going to be strong. Do they fetch with the map? Oh, okay, well this means I think we just win. Draw. Ugin Lab Imprint. Opponent's thinking. Devourer. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We can play the Myco spawn, not kicked ramp. We'll grab another Ugin's Lab. Now we have a blocker for KGC and an attacker if they play their own KGC. Fetch with the map. Now they're out of green sources, so no Myco spawn if they are playing Myco spawn. Reveal the temple. All minus KGC. And grab a liquid metal coating. And pass. And pass. So now they have 6 mana. And opponent scoops it up. We'll take it. So this is Eldrazi Tron. Win for game 1. As far as sideboard plan is concerned, we actually might consider Dismember here because of Thought-Knot Seer. And we will cut... Bajuka Bog is likely not necessary here. Alright, let's run it back. I know there is a version of Eldrazi Tron that does play Emrakul, though I'm not sure if this one does. I feel like it would be the Metalcraft version. And this doesn't seem to line up with that. Yeah, Dismember can take out Thought-Knot Seer, can take out Soin Myco Spawn. So I think Dismember actually is a bit relevant. We also could argue that if that's the case, then a Kozilek's Command exiled from Yard would also be relevant, but I think this is good. I forget if it was in yesterday's video, if it was one as a league that I didn't record. But I did see someone running Kessig Wolfrun and Gruul Eldrazi Ramp, and it actually did impress me a bit, I will admit. I was not expecting Eldrazi Ramp to perform so well with Kessig Wolfrun, but when you make the Writhing Chrysalis gain +X+O trample, then if you sacrifice spawns in order to activate Keswick Wolfron, it's really plus X plus O plus X equals number of spawns. It gets out of hand pretty quickly. I was actually pretty impressed by it. I feel like that is one thing that Eldrazi Ramp does lack unless you're playing Sire 7 Deaths, is like you don't have as many evasive threats. Of course, there's Null Drifter, but in Gruul you really don't have anything short of Emrakul. So having Keswick Wolfrun to give something trample is kind of interesting to see. It seemed to be a pretty good option. Not something that I think I'd grab at immediately, but something to consider. What I was thinking. On the draw for game 2. This hand's kind of rough, right? The only thing that makes this hand better really would be a Uggin's Lab. That way we could play Rumble on 2, but even then, if we go Uggin's Lab, Talisman, Land, I guess actually Rumble on 2 would be really good. Do we want to risk it on that? It's only 4 hits off the top. I'm going to say mulligan this one. This is not much better. Mulligan again. I'll keep this. So we have Uggin's Lab. We have Forest. Sprawl. I think, do we pitch both commands? We pitch the Myco Spawn. I think we have to pitch the Myco Spawn. And then we'll reveal Devourer. And pass. Do you actually want to take a look at what they exile? Might give us some more information on which variation of Eldrazi Tron they're playing, whether it be Metalcraft or otherwise, but looks like it is just Eldrazi Tron proper. Based on it, probably green Eldrazi Tron. Seeing the All's Dust a bit surprising. Trigger. Yeah, I think we go with the Sowing Myco Spawn. Utopia Sprawl on blue. Pass. They could go turn 2 KGC, which would be a bit of an issue. I don't think we're out if they do that, as we can just play the Myco Spawn and use it as a threat, but we're definitely not in a good position if that is the case. However, if they just continue to ramp and we're allowed to go into Command X2, I think we're in a decent position. Okay, so this tells me they likely also have a Command X equals 2. So we will imprint and then hold. Really? You had nothing? No command? Weird. So in that case, I will scry draw here. X equals 2. Devourer bottom. Forest top draw. And draw. Temple. Yes, please, and thank you. So, question of the day, hit the lab or hit the power plant? We hit the power plant. Actually, should I check that? No, thank God. They didn't have a Tron land in there. So now we have a threat on board. We take Tron offline. I mean, they clearly have demonstrated they don't have anything. We could just go another land. I mean, if they were to, let's say, kick a Myco Spawn, 1, 2, 3, 4, kick a Myco Spawn, hit, let's say, lab, leave me have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we'd still be good. So I do think we set up Commercial District to dig a bit deeper. Trigger. And so we're guaranteed to be able to play another kicked Myco Spawn next turn. Opponent's tinkin'. The only thing I could think they're thinking about would be a command here. What else would they have at instant speed? I will say one thing I've actually considered about bringing into the side for the mirror match is Thief of Existence. It's something used in Brood Scale because of Karn, and Thief of Existence actually would hit a lot of problematic cards, whether that be Karn, whether it be an Ensnaring Bridge, whether it be, you know, what have you. Cavern of Souls, not really doing it. We're going to put you in the graveyard. And pass. So Thief of Existence actually could be relevant. A lot more relevant in like sideboard of Gruul than Temur, just because Temur does have access to Consign. There's a mine. We'll take out the mine next. Draw. K command. Oh, I will kick. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take out the mine. Grab a temple. Could have grabbed the ghost quarter, I suppose, but I think we're in a decent spot right now. Especially as we're going to command X equals 4 to dig deeper. 2 threats on board, a Karn does nothing. And I think we just have control of this game through and through. Maybe the best thing they play right now for 4 would be a Thought-Knot Seer. Yeah. But with us digging 4 deep... Actually, do we even want to dig 4 deep? We could dig a lot deeper. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Leave up green. And we could pretty much play anything in our deck, with the exception of Emrakul. Maybe hold up 2? No, it doesn't matter. Yeah. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, that's fine. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 10. 9. Leave back 1. X equals 7. 10, 11. Yeah, we'd be short on Emrakul. That'd be the only thing we couldn't play, but otherwise we can play anything. Yeah, so top 2, 1 bottom. Yeah, let's just dig deep. Utopia Sprawl. And I guess we have that, so I guess maybe another blue doesn't hurt. Blue. We do need to tap like this and just hold on to the green. So scry draw. X equals 9. Wooded Foothills, no. Ugin Lab, no. Misty Rainforest, no. Devour Destiny, no. Soin Mega Spawn would have to be on top. Rumble before that. There's an Emrakul. Consign to memory. I think we have enough command at the board that we don't need you right now. So I think we go Breaker here. Cast Breaker. And let's get rid of this lab finally. Go to combat. Opponent's tinkin'. I think at this point the only thing they're thinking about is whether or not they concede. Because next turn then we'll Emrakul. Only downside about the Emrakul next turn is more or less it means that I'm just giving them a draw 2. I don't foresee us really doing much with it. But we'll guarantee that we have lethal on board, as they won't be able to do anything with these spawns. I mean, I guess if they don't block here, we have lethal on board regardless. And if they do block, then they don't have enough mana to play anything, right? So we have lethal on board regardless. Plays a lab. Imprint the Devourer, and all is dust. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I guess they have a blocker now. Oh, interesting. They have a kicked Mycospawn? They have a kicked Mycospawn. That is fine. No reason for us to attack then, I guess. Maybe. Because 3, 4, 5, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, yeah. I will attack all. See if they want to block the Mycospawn before we cast the Emrakul. They're willing to trade, that's fine by me. Down to 2. So 1, 2, I guess maybe it makes sense to do it like this. 6, 7, 8. That way you can always return the Devourer. It is an Emrakul, our turn, comrade. A Sire and Devourer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll go to draw. A KGC. KGC is not going to be doing much. So if we go to main, we sack, we tap, we return, and we pass, and pause on end step. Because they play KGC, but then what, right? They can't bridge, so at that point we're just solid. There's a lab. Ooh, they might be able to bridge now, actually. Yeah, they can. Oof. That is unfortunate for us. There's KGC. KGC then goes for bridge. Yep, there's the bridge. So our outs are now needing to find another KGC. Well, I'll return Devour 2, 4, 7. We would exile our own Sprawl, which is a bit annoying, but not the end of the world. And draw. Let's rumble. Another Emrakul. Yes, we do want Emrakul. Because what that allows us to do, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, yes. Is then cast Emrakul. Doesn't matter which Emrakul I keep. Our turn, comrade. Draw, temple, main. Return lab to hand. Or return dust to hand, rather. KGC plus on bridge. And go to combat. Attack with bridge. Block with Emrakul. And at that point... Oh, I don't even need to do that. I forgot. I can just Talisman kill you. Sorry for slow rolling, new opponent. Completely forgot I could do this. I almost had a moment where I forgot about that. I was so focused on getting rid of the bridge. I was like, oh yeah, Talisman. What else can I do to mess with you? Oh yeah, you're at 1 life. I can pay 1 life. Alright, solid win against Eldrazi Tron. We'll be back for match 4. Alright, and we're back for match 4 on the play for game 1. Let's take a look at our opening hand, shall we? Hand solid, we'll keep. Opponent goes to 6. Reveal Devourer trigger. So Micro Spawn would be good. KGC is good as well. I mean, the alternative option is we go Drifter. I think we actually go Drifter. Forest. Sprawl. Red or blue? I'm gonna go... Let's go... Never mind. I guess it doesn't matter. It's Murktide. Good to know. Pass. Wonder Grave Shock. Thoughtseize. Is a Thoughtseize. Takes the command. Yep. Oh, well, this could get complicated. Eldrazi Temp and pass. We would like a blue source so we could evoke this Drift. Right now they have 3. Ability to respond, 4, 5. So currently 2 short of the Merc. Psychic Frog. Probably play Bajukabog next turn. Yes, we play Bajukabog. Bajukabog, target you. No shenanigans from you, please. I'll try and set up for a Karn. I'm doubtful it resolves. Yeah, a bit of a bad start here. We were really relying on that K command to ramp us into our threats. It'll push, pitch. Murktide pitch, we are right to go after the graveyard. 2 cards in hand. No land. In that case, I'm tempted to go Talisman, because this is 5. Talisman would be 6. Why don't you hold up the Ghost Court? We'll go Talisman, see if you have a counter spell. Spell Snare, not much better. So we need a Soul Land off the top to deal with this Frog. I should also hold up the ability to respond on the off chance this Ghost Quarter is relevant. Pushes a Fatal Push out. Hits me for 4. What I really need to see is for you to just play a land. 2 cards in hand. There's a land. 1 card remaining. Okay. Soul Land. Micro Spawn does get us to a Soul Land. And actually, well, we already have the Bajukabog, so I can't do anything about that. Hold up the Ghost Court. And I believe I will tempted the Ugin's Lab since we have the KGC. Alternatively, just Temple, because we have 5 up to 7. Both get us up to 7. I'll Ugin Lab, though, for Drift. So they can float the Frog, hit me for 4, that's fine. If they don't float the Frog, we will Snap Block. Plus... And I mean, this allows them to float 5, 6. Next turn it dies. I'll take the 5. Okay, there goes the 4. So we're right to not play into that. We like that. Down to 7, draw a card. Do you play a land? I mean, even if you have a land in hand, you should hold it back to avoid giving me more info. Another Frog. End step. Draw another Myco. Well, we can't do both. Actually, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. No. I was thinking whether or not we could go for a EE to clear, but the answer is no. Exile. So this should allow us to take control of the game. I'll attack the Myco, because they either float the frog or we snap block with the Devourer, and the frog's too small. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We float the frog. Okay. Take 1 or 2 is the question. Take 1, down to 6, trigger, draws a card. What else you got? Nothing. Sowing Myco. I mean, if they pitch... Okay, so here's a thing. If they pitch all 3 up to 4... Oh. The alternative is that we play the KGC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exile the Watery Grave. So it looks like they have a Fatal Push. If I had to wager a guess, we could go temp. Let me 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll go temp. Do you have a Fatal Push? You do. Oh, Dismember? Yeah, so you should black, black, blue, no damage. Why? What? Oh, they're afraid of lethal damage. Interesting. Oh, I see, I see, I see, I see. Yes. I mean, I snap block the frog. If we attack and no blocks, then we present lethal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. We'd be short 1 land for Karn EE on 2. If we attack, they block. They would be able to float the frog. If we attack... If they don't block, then what? We end up taking 2 at most? Yes. So I think we simply, in that case, attack with Spawn and force a block from the Bowmaster. Yep. That is fine. So we draw into a land, we can sweep board then. Tamiya resolves. They can't attack. Draw. We don't have a red source. Unfortunate. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't do that either. So we'll attack with sowing Myco Spawn. That's an exile. We do have a Talisman of Curiosity. I should have an idea. Actually, we should have done this. Okay, we could have won. Whoops. So I could have won there. I just messed up. Because if I go this... Yes. Forest. Sprawl. For red. Red. K command? Or K return, rather. And then KGC. KGC minus. Yes. 4, 5, 6. They're short on the Murktide. So I think we just, in that case, can grab a Torpor Orb. You could Torpor Orb, yeah. Otherwise, we can just go Liquid Metal Coating. We just set up with the Liquid Metal and pass. Lethal's on board. And Bone Scoops. Okay. I guess we wouldn't have one because Tamu has 3 toughness, right? So Murktide. In for game 1. Let's take a look-see. So Dismember, return in. Cut to KGC and cut the Ghost Quarter. Keep the Gemstone and run it back. Imagine opponent brings in Harbinger and Consign to Memory. There's a world where they also bring in Dothy and Break the Ice, but that feels like a little bit of an overboard. I would not be surprised if Temur Murktide does pick up Break the Ice again at some point. I do think it is relevant, though it's not as good as like Vindicate, Molten Rain, etc., right? Because it can't target basic lands or lands that can't generate colorless, which we don't care as much about conditional land hate like that. Hand is okay, it's not great. What makes it better? Actually it's kind of bad, right? Because if they have a force, we go turn 1, Windswept Teeth fetch, green, Utopia Sprawl, force, we're left with nothing to play. Yeah. Mulligan. Interesting. I'll keep pitch the Emrakul, done, reveal, cavern, exile, dismember, pass. The soul land will make this hand a lot better. I guess I should also hold the ability to respond. Spell snare out. Draw. Malevolent Rumble. Fantastic. Name Eldrazi. Let's see if they have a force. Force check. No force. We'll go with the Temple. And pass, hold out the ability to respond in case Dismember is relevant. And pass. Clearly don't have a force, so if they do Thoughtseize, rude. Yeah, that resolves. You'll take command. There is, by no definition, a better choice. Pass, draw, Devourer. 5 soul land, specifically a temple's needed, so we'll pass. They'll fetch for an under city sewers. Do need to pay attention to 5 in total for Murktide, so 2 away. Would like a way to thin, actually 1 away, so they do go Murktide here. I think it's going to be bigger than the Dismember. Thoughtseize hits Devourer. Because if they then play a Murktide, Devourer could kill it. We drew into a Temple, so now they're going to play Devourer, not Devour Murktide. is going to be just a bit too big for this Dismember. Draw into lab. I will pass and hold up the ability to respond. I do think we'll lose this one, at least at this rate. There's a possibility we do get out. Emrakul actually is only 2 away. Right now we're at 11 total. But they have a decent clock going. We'll play the lab. No imprint. And hold. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So yeah, we're 1 away from Emrakul. So we draw into Emrakul. Ooh. Well, Emrakul is no longer an option with a spell bomb. So they got that one. So Emrakul is no longer a good draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ideally, we want probably the Devourer, though a consign is of course a concern. We could dismember just the Shrink the Murktide, giving us a turn. It'll only take 2 down to 4, shrink it at 5 to 2. So yeah, we'll be at 2 if we do that next turn. Draw, Talisman, not gonna cut it. I will cast Talisman. Do you counter it? You do. Spell Snare. No reason to play the lab. And we pass. Again, we can shrink the Murktide, so we get a turn. Because we'll take 3 after taking 2, so we'll be at 1. That sounds right. Unless they counter this. Dismember to shrink. The 4. Do you have a counterspell? Yeah. Probably should have done this last turn. Probably would have made more sense, but that's lethal damage. And they got game 2. Let's cut the Gemstone Cavern, bring back in the Ghost Quarter. And run it back as is. On the play for game 3, mulligan, keep. What we pitch is the question. We want to keep Drifter because we want to go Temple, Temple, Command, then Drift. So I think we drop the Stomping Grounds. Yes. Play Temple, pass, hold out the ability to respond. We're hoping that they do not have a turn 1 Thoughtseize. Flooded Strand, no Thoughtseize, good, good, good. Myco Spawn, solid. I will hold up the Command and the Dismember. If they play Frog into Command, then we're solid. I'm probably not going to force check here. I think we instead use it as permission. Resolves. And we'll ramp and exile. Done. And pass. Draw. Breaker is solid. Wooded Foothill, fetch for a forest. Sowing Mycospawn, kick. Two, 4, 5, 6. I will grab a Cavern of Souls. Name Eldrazi. And pass. Next turn, we are guaranteed to resolve a World Breaker or a Drifter. I think we go Drifter just for the fact. Another Froge. If I were to attempt to dismember, they need to pitch 4 out of 5 cards in hand, which I wouldn't necessarily be against. I will pass. See if they're willing to block. Draw, Talisman, Combat. Let's see if they call my bluff. So we could go Drifter or Breaker. I'm thinking Drifter so we can draw into another land, so we can then cast Breaker after. This does allow me to block the frog as well. No lands. K return's nice though, that we can't cast it. Second Dismember could be interesting. And passing. I don't think they can willingly attack because Null Drift's Annihilator trigger is going to be an issue for them. Tis a swamp. That tells me they have a Harbinger. Yes. That is fine by me. Draw. Lab. Tempting. Let's start with attack with Summon Mega Spawn, attack with Drifter. Annihilator trigger. Takes a land. Gains flying. The moment they pitch one, we can kill it on the spot. Yep. So now they only have 3 to push it up to 5, so I can dismember. And 1, 2. Froge is dead. Even if a force, that mean they'd have to pitch 2, leaving 1, so Froge is dead regardless. I guess technically I could have allowed for different triggers. So if I had let them... So, I mean, realistically speaking, what they should be doing is letting the trigger resolve and then pitch again, right? That's what they should be doing. So I guess, yeah, I was playing around that. Would make sense. Play the Talisman of Impulse. Play the Ugin's Lab. Now we have Kozilek's Return up. Three, 6. Spellbomb is fine. Do you go to draw now? You do. Perfect. Play clear. Attacks. Interesting. Return. We're unlocked. Let's go to combat. Four, 5, 6, 7. Actually, let me check one thing. 4, 5, 6, 7. So they were to counter the Talisman, we would be short ones, so we're not going to do that. So again, we're at least guaranteed the body. And opponent scoops. Solid win against Murktide. Alright, well, we're currently 4-0 going into match 5. Let's see if we can get that trophy with Eldrazi Ramp. All right, and we're back for match 5 on the draw for game 1. I will keep. I will pass. Sacred Foundry Shock looks like energy to me. Guide us Souls or Ocelot Pride. Ocelot Pride's probably the best thing I could see here. Kozilek's Return, fantastic. Utopia Sprawl for blue. And pass. And depending on what they play, we'll see if we go for return or not. Fetch, if they go with Johnny, we absolutely return. Shock, looking like a Johnny. Her dashed Ragavan. That's surprising. Okay. What they hit with Ragavan? Would have liked that, but also not the end of the world. Other Ocelot Pride. Okay. Let's see, 4-6. Yeah, I think we will be forced to return. So we can't play the Talisman. Can we? No. No, we cannot. So we will just play the Temple and then pass. Let's see if they go for Dashed Ragavan again. Looks like they are. They're thinking about it, but they're worried about a return, I can tell. Go to combat. And clear. Pass. Draw. No threats on board right now. So let's do this for blue. With no threats on board, KGC is a solid choice. Minus KGC, yes. And do we go Liquid Metal Coating or do we go Chalice of the Void? If they have a Galvanic Discharge, which they haven't shown us yet, then Chalice is probably better. I will go with Chalice. And pass. And pass. Ooh, in retrospect, I could have gone Talisman of Impulse, couldn't I? Because Talisman of Impulse, trigger, or activate Utopia Sprawl still would have been 4, right? No. No. Bombardment, that is fine. So we'll go Cavern Souls, name Eldrazi, 2, 4, 7. In that case, we can go Devourer. That way, no Johnny flip. No on the K return. And minus KGC for Liquid Metal Coating. And pass. And pass. There's a Flage. Flage hits Karn. Yes. There's their land that they need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. X equals 3. And combat. No Flage for you, friend. And opponent scoops. We'll take the win. Alright, let's move the sideboard. And of course, we'll bring in our normal package of Dismember plus K return. Cut to KGC, and we will cut the Ghost Quarter. Could argue cutting the Cavernous Souls instead, but while yes, we can destroy an Arena of Glory, I feel like most times an opponent plays that, they're playing it and immediately activating it for value, right? Opponent's going to bring in Molten Rain, maybe Charmal. We start seeing like some movement back to Charmal, which I'm happy with. It is a bit confusing though, and I think Molten Rain has been performing really well. It's not bad, not good. It's okay. We have Interaction, which is relevant. Devour, that can find us something of relevance. K Command would be dead. I'll keep. Reveal, Devour, and pass. A little bit hesitant to put both Sprawls on one forest. Shock and Guide of Souls. We might just want to dismember that Guide of Souls, honestly, but depends if we find a K return. We do find the K return, so we'll go K return, and we'll give Guide of Souls a turn. So Utopia Sprawl on red, and pass. And pass. Shock and a Johnny. Tis and a Johnny, so we will sweep. If I draw into a forest, be mana neutral, I'd love to see a forest. Asking you shall receive. And we'll go... I think we stick with red, actually, because this Cavern of Souls gives us blue. K return, sweep, and pass. And pass. We'll have Dismember for whatever they play now. The main reason why I do cast K return at sorcery speed when a Johnny's on board with them tapped out is I really don't want to see a Galvanic Discharge at instant speed. Onslaught Pride's fine. We can Dismember the Pride. Sink Mavukin. A Soul Land would be ideal. Question is, do we want to Dismember the Pride? Is that the major threat? I mean, it can grow the board pretty significantly, but the K return will deal with it. So I'm feeling like there might be bigger threats right now, but honestly that could change. Second main, let's see what you play. Tis a Flage. Flage hits me. Down to 15. Up to 21. Do we want to give them the token? I think it's fine. I say that I'm going to draw into, like, no lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Draw. Mycospawn is solid. Cavern of Souls, name Eldrazi. And so this does allow me to kick a Mycospawn. As an excess of caution, I will make it uncounterable. Get rid of a land, and I think we Bajuka Bog here to clear their graveyard of that Flage. We can have a blocker for the Ocelot Pride, and we'll have 7 mana next turn to cast the World Breaker. Bajuka Bog target you, no Flage. Fetch, untapped red source, Galvanic Discharge. Nope, Parlor. That's fine. And pass. There's the discharge that I was expecting. That is fine. Because we're going to sweep next turn. I'm actually tempted not even to bother sweeping, to be honest. Like, we have such a good board state right now. Unless they play like an Ajani here, Wear Tear. Actually pretty impactful, because now we don't have enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's really unfortunate. So we'll pass. We need a land. We could dismember the Ocelot Pride. It might become relevant. Do we dismember the Ocelot Pride for 2? I mean, right now they don't have City's Blessing. We could sweep, so I think we take down to 10. Guide of Souls, I think, is more of a priority target, so I will dismember the Guide of Souls. Down to 8. and then pass. So I can clog up the board with the Kozilek's command and exile the Pride while I'm at it. Go to combat, declare attackers, command, x equals 2. Ocelot Pride down, go to blocks, 1, 2, tempted to take 1, and hold back 2 to guarantee we have the cast. If it's a Goblin Bombardment, okay, so we were right to play around that. Target spawn, target me, down to 4. So will World Breaker, yes, definitely gonna World Breaker. Lab. So we will World Break. Let's see, so that's 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exile. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. For Emrakul or for another Mycospawn Breaker? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we go with a Myco. Maybe a Breaker is actually correct. We'll go Breaker. Then sweep. Ugin Lab. Imprint. Pass. So they do manage to cast the Flage. We're not dead unless they draw specifically into our Arena of Glory. They keep it on top, a little bit concerning, not gonna lie. It could be a land, which would be okay, but not the end of the world. Son of a! I mean, I can't do anything about that, right? Okay. Yeah, the command came before the cast of the Flage, that's right. It do have haste, right? It do have haste, so we did. We did. Okay. Yep. Well, that was the worst case scenario, and I called it. That was the only thing that would kill me. Alright, well, we'll cut the gemstone in favor of the Ghost Court and run it back. Ugh, that sucked. Yeah, I'm trying to think if we had any other ounce there, and I really didn't. Oofda. On the play for game 3, I will keep and draw, Windswept Teeth, pass, put a pause on end step. Tapped, no threats, fetch. For a commercial district, so we have red, trigger, dismember. I'll put it into grave. We have interaction. Ugin Lab. Tuck Drift. Cast Rumble. Temple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. going to be short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go MTGO. And then pass. We'll hold out the blade to respond. If we draw into a soul land, we can kick that Arena of Glory. Opponent fetches, I'd imagine. Yep. Sacred Foundry, Shaka Johnny. What are we thinking here, opponent? Because I do play something like a Johnny. What we can probably do is play Cavernous Souls, cast Mega Spawn, hold up the Commercial District, imprint, let's say Emerald Hasting. Double red. Ragavan? Okay. A non-dashed Ragavan. And a Discharge. Alright, well, we'll sack no legal targets. At this point, I'll pass. You might end up holding up the return. Ragavan hits and finds what? Finds an Emrakul. Thank God you can't cast that. Draw. KGC. KGC is interesting as it does short them on mana. Play Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi. Like I said, I could KGC plus Ragavan then really does need to target KGC, but if they have a Molten Rain, we're kind of in trouble. So I think I am forced to play MTGO Spawn here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I will grab a Ugin Lab. Ugin Lab, tuck the Emrakul for now, and pass. Gonna try and put out a little bit of bait in case they do have a Molten Rain. Of course, they're going to need a land. They do have it. They have double red still. Static Prison targets the MTGO. Yes. And at this point, we'll hold up the Blade to Respond in case they do cast it. Ragavan hits. And gets what? Talisman of Curiosity. You could play the Talisman. It actually would be beneficial for you to do so. Basically a permanent treasure in this case. The fact that not playing any other creatures tells me that they have a much more reactive hand than anything. Either that or they really fear this K return. Interesting. Okay. I will play Talisman of Impulse. And I will pass. Static Prison, tick down to 1. Elegant Parlor resolves. They could theoretically haste something, but they probably won't. Go to attacks. I think I'll K return here, just to get that Ragavan off board. And we can always recast next turn, because we have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 now, unless they Molten Rain. Let me go Drifter, draw 2, sweep board. Really nothing. Weird. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, short. Rumble. Yeah, let's rumble. I'm skeptical of everything going on right now. Should have probably held up. Actually, didn't really matter. Holding up a green source or not. Or a red source, rather. I guess holding up a green source was relevant. Let's go Sanct Mavugan. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Sanct Mavugan. And then cast the Null Drifter, or do we cast the Karn? We could cast Karn, but it's likely they have a Galvanic Discharge if I had to guess. I think we cast the Null Drift. Question is, what do we want to grab off of this Sanctum? Because it depends on what we draw. Let's draw 2. Another K return and a World Breaker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe one short of Emrakul. Tempted to just say no here, honestly. I think we currently have a decent hand to work with. Now they do put like a Flasian Yard. We should be able to deal with it with Karn and a Tormod's Crypt. Yeah. Okay. I think we're in a decent spot right now. Okay, return no. And resolves will pass. And if you have a discharge, you could cast it on Drifter. That would give me back my Myco Spawn, though. So you have options available to you. What this? Is this a Thraben Charm to exile my Yard? I feel like this would be bad timing for it if so. Yeah, it seems like odd timing, but it works out in my favor. I guess maybe they're trying to put more cards in Yard? Actually, yeah, that could be it. If they sack this, they do not. Guide of Souls resolves. You have anything else to go along with it? Goblin Bombardment, that's fine. Arena of Glory, number 2. And pass. K Command, KGC, World Break. Go to combat. You get back the Sowing Myco Spawn as a blocker. Annihilator 1 sacks a treasure, I imagine. I guess, yeah, they had to sacrifice it anyways. Does make sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll just hold, I think. We have Return to Sweep. If they try and go a Johnny Trigger, we can make that work too. You can exile a Flage if they cast it. Orange Chance not doing enough for them. At least not next turn. Really? They have nothing. Weird. End step. We will Kozilek's command. X equals a lot. That's all I need to know, opponent. X equals a lot. 6. Triggers the Sanctum. I think I will trigger it this time. What do I grab is the question. I think we grab the Sowing Myco Spawn so we can grab a Jukabog. That way Flage isn't a threat. And then nice low roll a K command. I mean, there's no reason for me to cast it until right now. I had it in my hand since last turn, so I'm just sitting here waiting for a potential play. What do you mean slow roll? Why wouldn't I wait until your end step? Oh, for God's sake. But we did get the 5-0, so we'll take the W. Very good stuff. Solid league there with Eldrazi Ramp. I mean, I said it yesterday, and I'll say it again here today. I do not think there is a reason to play any other Eldrazi variant over Eldrazi Ramp. I think its consistency and ability to generate equal amounts of mana and its resilience to hate just makes it a step above the rest. You're playing the equivalent of 12 soul lands. The best Eldrazi that are in the game for all intent and purpose. You have flexibility in kind of the flavor of Eldrazi Ramp you want to play, whether it be Gruul, Temur, Airghast, with or without Karn, soon with or without Ugin. There's just so much variety. I mean, I think, realistically speaking, if you're playing Eldrazi of any form, Eldrazi Ramp just is the logical decision. Not to mention, like, the access to utility lands, more basics, once again, more resilient to hate. Yeah, it's just such a good deck. I'm very happy with it. I mean, I think it's what I'm going to be bringing to my RCQs. For those who are interested in meeting up, join the Discord. I'll be probably doing another group photo at the Minneapolis 5K on Sunday. So definitely keep an eye out for that if you're interested in meeting me. Even if it's just for a moment to say hi, goodbye, good luck, and, you know, keeping each other updated on how we're doing there. Overall, I think this is what I'll probably bring for RCQ season. Probably what I'll bring for the 5K. We'll have to see in the long term, you know, what happens if maybe anything gets hit out of it. But, you know, overall, the deck is seeing a sub 50% win rate. Of course, I don't really see that at 61% personally. Some people argue that, you know, MTGO leagues aren't a good representation of that, but even in challenges, still performing pretty well. So overall, if you're going to pick up Eldrazi, I think Ramp is the way. That being said, as always, if you guys did enjoy this video, please do consider hitting the like button, comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback. It is always appreciated. For as much as I hope that you all learn from me in both my successes and my failures, I hope to learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you have reached this point in the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button. It is much appreciated as we're getting closer and closer to our next goal of 1,000 subscribers. With that being said, folks, I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye!